Hello, this is Donnie Smith, and welcome back to another DIY auto body and paint Q&A. Today we're going to talk about custom paint, tri-coats, candies, pearls, and things like that. First of all, I'll mention our sponsor, collisionblast.com. Go check out the website, and you can subscribe for free. Okay, we've got a lot of questions about tri-coat, in particular candies. And I want to explain what a tri-coat is, and that'll help answer a lot of the questions that I'm getting. A tri-coat, tri meaning three, basically means three different layers or three different steps. For example, a two-stage, that's a base coat, clear coat. You have your base coat, that's your color, your pigment, what gives the car the color. And then you have your clear coat, that's what you put on top for you to protect for UV, and it gives it the shine. So that's a two-stage. Now a tri-coat or a three-stage, basically just adds one step to that. In between the base coat and the clear coat, you have a mid coat. And the mid coat, that could be candy, which is a translucent color. It could be a tinted clear, and basically that is a candy. It's just, we have a lot of colors from OEM that are tinted clears. And OEM calls them tinted clears. The custom paint calls them candies. Basically, they're the same thing. It's a translucent color. It's basically a base that has no pigment, a base that has no color, and it's tinted with just a little bit of red, blue, whatever color it is, candy color it is. And then you can put your clear coat on top of that. Mid coat can also consist of pearls. A lot of times, a lot of colors have you'll have your base coat, and then your mid coat will have pearls in it. And that gives it that pearl look. Now, there's a lot of colors that have pearls mixed in with the paint, and it's not a tri-stage. It's just mixed in with the paint and then clear coated. That also gives it a pearl effect. But a lot of those real pretty colors that they come out with, that has that real deep look, it's probably going to be a tri-coat. It gives it some pretty cool effects. But just wanted to explain that real fast. Now I want to kind of give you a demonstration of how how this works and help you better understand that. So, we're going to pretend like this is our paint right here. We've got a panel that we're going to be painting, and candies or any type of mid coat, whether it's candy or pearl, has to have a base coat because they're translucent. They will never cover without a base coat. So our first stage is going to be our base coat. For this example, we're using white. And we're going to shoot it with a candy blue, for example. That's what we're going to imagine. So we're going to say this is our candy blue. See, it's not fully, you can still see through it. So this is much like a candy. Now candy's probably one coat is not going to be quite that dark, but this is just for an example. So if we put this is white and this is blue, and we spray it blue. Now if it was all just this color, what color would you see?
Blue.
Blue. It looks just like it's a blue to us, even though really we can see through and see the white. And that's how they can do some of the pretty cool effects. Like if this was a metallic, you'd be able to see the metallic under this, or underneath the blue. And that's what gives it some of the depth. But if I take another coat, let's say I'm spraying another coat. If you look here, how many colors do I have?
Two.
There's just two colors. This is the tinted clear or the candy or pearl or whatever. But if I put another coat on, now how many shades are there?
Two.
Huh?
Two.
There's two different shades, plus the white, right? So you actually see three different colors now. Now if I take another coat, so there's two of these plus this one, which would make three different coats of candy. And we sprayed it with another coat, we'd have our base coat, we'd have one coat here, two coats, and three coats. How many shades does that make?
Four.
Four, including the base coat. So we've got our base coat, and we've got one coat, two coats, and three coats. So even though it's just one base coat, which is white, one color of candy, it makes a lot of different shades. So you can never hide what's underneath when you're spraying candies. That's why if you're spraying a candy or a mid coat of any sort, you have to have a base coat. It has to be applied on some base coat. And if you're doing this to match an OEM, when you look the coat up, it'll tell you what base coat it's asking for. Or if you buy paint like from House of Color, they will have the combinations there for what base coat, you know, would look good on with this candy and so forth. But here's something that you do need to know, and this is if you're trying to match something, which is very important. You need to get you a test panel, you know, like this one, or just a little metal panel that you'll be spraying. And let's say we have a car here that we're trying to match. Well, how do we know how many mils? I mean, is that going to match, you know, one coat? Is that going to match? So we're not sure. So what we want to do is get a test panel. This is going to be a letdown panel. And we want to spray our base coat. We want to spray our base coat just like we normally would until hiding. You know, 2-3 coats, whatever paint manufacturer recommends. So we're going to spray our base coat. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and put some masking tape here, some strips of masking tape. Then we're going to spray a coat of our candy. Then we're going to peel one of those masking tapes and we're going to spray another coat. Then we're going to peel another layer of your 2-inch, 1.5 or 2-inch masking tape, and we're going to put another coat. And you might do this 3 or 4 times. And what you're going to end up with is a panel that has 1 coat, it has 2 coats and 3 coats, even 4 coats and 5 coats. And it's all going to be different shades. They're all going to be different colors. And then you take this letdown panel, then you go ahead and clear coat it like you normally would. And it's also important to spray this just like you're going to spray the car. Don't spray this real heavy or real light and spray the car differently, or it's not going to be the same effect. So you got to spray these, you know, just with the same spraying techniques that you're going to spray the car with. Then you take this letdown panel and you take it to the car, and you see which one matches best. Is the 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, and so on. Which one matches best? Then whenever you're painting the car, that's what you do. You put whichever one matched the best, you know, when you're spraying the car. You know, for example, you know, white with 2 coats of blue candy was what matched the best when we did this. So we're going to spray the car. We're going to put our base coat down, and then 2 coats of candy. So anyway, that's just a little tip whenever you're trying to match something. Okay, now we're going to wrap this up, and I'm going to give you a little secret that you can use when using candies. So basically, a tri-coat, you got your base coat, you got your mid coat, which can be candy, you know, tinted clear, pearl, and then you have your clear coat. So that's kind of an example of a tri-coat right there. Base coat is just your base coat with clear coat on top. Okay, here's a little tip for you when using candies. Knowing that candy colors are translucent, you can do some pretty cool things. For example, our base coat, if we want to do some graphic, like some flames or some sort of graphics on there, and knowing that that's translucent, and we put our candies on top of that, you're going to be able to see through and see that different color. And make some pretty cool ghost effect flames or a lot of different things. There's airbrushers do a lot of candy work. They'll spray something, put candy on top of everything, and it creates a really cool effect. That's something for you to experiment with. But that pretty well wraps up this video. If you have any other questions, be sure and let me know. And I also would like to encourage you to subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And be sure to go down there and like it, leave us comments, and share this with others. And we'll talk to you next time. Thanks for watching.